Hi, everyone. We are fortunate today, or should I say, welcome to Platform and Possibilities, another edition where we focus on inspiring, informing, and empowering you, the listener. I am fortunate today to be joined by Miss Venetta Zakers. Miss Zakers is not a stranger to Platform and Possibilities. She has joined us in previous recording to share what she does for her community and for the cause, Zakers Affinity Causes. Welcome, Venetta Zakers. Thanks for joining me again today.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Yes, indeed. And we are at the point where we're celebrating 41 years of independence in St. Kitts and Nevis. Um,
Yes, we are. A
yes, we are.
proud citizen.
I know you are. And the theme is Together a People Proud and Strong for Independence Part 1. So you are basically adding a lot of the elements that are important in supporting young women through the Zakers Affinity Causes. And so we just want to cap with you again, Vanessa, for you to share some of the upcoming events that are being planned and bring clarity to how Zakers Affinity Causes continue, continuing to impact the lives of our young women, girls, young and Zakers.
Certainly. Well, with years of continuous commitment, Zakers Affinity Causes through our Project Dignity program has remained dedicated to youth advocacy. So the initial goal of Project Dignity SKN was centered on addressing feminine health and menstrual hygiene, but it has since evolved into a holistic program that encompasses emotional resuscitation, social and moral competence development, more or less, and also skill-based training. We have then, of course, centered and focused the program to, I would say, intervention initiative that's geared towards or more or less designed to provide youth and young adults with networking opportunities provided by supportive adults, and also with the opportunity for them to connect. And it's aim again to addressing challenges and revitalizing our island. The culture of violence that is now erupting, we are trying to squash that and curb that to more or less bring forth a generation that can lead our federation. And that is what Project Dignity's direction is more geared towards.
Wow, that you said a mouthful. So Project Dignity involves how many girls?
At
Generally,
present, we have 43.
40. Is that throughout the island of St. Kitts and Nevis? Does that include both St. Kitts and Nevis? Okay,
Yes.
40. Well, what's your support like in terms of your staff? What numbers look like for the support staff that allow you to get the work done?
We have a number of volunteers, I must say, and I'm really appreciative of the women that has stepped up, those stalwarts within our federation, and also expats that have seen the work that we are trying to do, understand the importance of the work that we do. So I must say, in terms of volunteers, we have a significant amount of volunteers, and I must say kudos to everyone that comes forward. In terms of the sponsorship, however, it is not as we would hope, but we always, and we do not allow that to deter us. We know that there is something that needs to be done, and we're not going to wait for someone to then realize, oh, okay, I understand. If it needs to be done, I will ensure that it gets done. I am a person that believes in one less. And if by just more or less assisting one girl within this federation, ensuring that there is one less teen mom, one less juvenile delinquent, one less high school dropout, I am going to assist our federation in ensuring that there is that one less.
Boy, I could hear the passion. Girl, I am so inspired by you and the work that you do. How do you, given the challenges financially in terms of sponsorship, does Zakers Affinity Causes engage in fundraising initiatives?
Yes, we actually do. We do a number of fundraising initiatives, and for our upcoming month of October, where we celebrate where we celebrate International Day of the Girl Child, we have two fundraising events that I do hope individuals within this federation would support, that would assist with the continued efforts of Project Dignity SKN.
Okay, so what are they specifically, the fundraisers? Are there any, you've already curated exactly this, the actual fundraisers that will happen? I mean, 'cause you're probably going to need volunteers for that fundraiser as well.
Yes,
So is it already planned?
yes, we have two fundraisers. One is the Wind Down Wednesday fundraiser, and this has been really more or less well supported. Um, it started last year, and we have always sold out the tickets for this particular event. It's more or less a Wednesday where persons can indulge in the finest wines while supporting our continuing efforts. It's a relaxing environment where there is wine tasting, tapas, and great conversation, and it's usually held at Cox and Schools.
Oh,
There is, sorry?
that's nice. Sounds very exquisite, creative.
Yes, it is. Trying to find creative ways to get individuals on board and, get their support. And for those creative individuals, we have our Artful Antics fundraisers. It is an evening of paint, cocktail, and laughter. And that would be held at Michael's Burgers on October the 12th. So I am always encouraging individuals to come out, show your artistic skills, enjoy conversation, and really fun evening. And you don't have to be a Picasso, trust me, because I definitely not. But it's a great experience, I must say.
So is there a cost for is it a donation you made for the wine tasting and for the artful artist event? How does that work? People buy tickets? How does it work?
Yes, for the Artful Antics fundraiser, there are tickets available for 100 EC. And then for the Wind Down Wednesdays, there are also tickets available just at the low cost of $65 EC. And they are available for purchase. Persons can get in contact with me either via email at Zakers Affinity Causes or zaccauses@gmail.com or by our phone 663-2891.
Awesome. I think you've been at this for some time, the last few years. Was it since 2012, I think you founded? Was it
Yes,
2012?
since 2012, I started my initiative within the community. And then in 2016, I gave birth to Zakers Affinity Causes.
Mhm.
And for Project Dignity itself, that is a brainstorm, child, that came about in 2019 and then was introduced in the schools in 2020.
Hmm. So you've been at this for quite a few years.
Yes.
I want to be able to look at Venetta. When I see Venetta, just know off the top of my head. Yes, I know it's Zakers Affinity Causes, but because it's important to compartmentalize or to really be familiar with the aspects or areas of the project of the overall cause, Zakers. I want to make sure that I have it right so that our listeners could also get it right. There is Rise, there is ABC Basic Pause when you pretty much started, and then there's Project Dignity. Where does the involvement of juveniles come in? Under which umbrella? Rise, ABC Basics, Project Dignity.
More so Project Dignity.
Can you explain that project for us? How does it work, and how many participants benefit from Project Dignity?
At present, there are 43 girls that benefit from the program. As I indicated, initially, the program was designed to address menstrual and feminine hygiene. So we would, well, through the guidance counselors, they would then identify the individuals that we can assist in that regard. And then discreetly, we would meet with the girls and on a monthly basis take their feminine hygiene products to the school, but deliver it to the guidance counselor. And then when it's convenient for the girls, they would then discreetly go and collect the items from her. Usually, the guidance counselor, again, she would indicate to the individuals, there's something at the office that I need to speak with you about, maintaining that discreet discretion, so to speak. So often we would have individuals that would be, how come I've never heard of that? And I said, that's because I'm doing my job well.
Privacy, you value.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
and the thing is, for me, as you have seen this project develop, are we seeing the numbers increase? What's your take on that? I mean, is there a great need, or is the need increasing? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, initially, when the program started, there was, if my memory serves me right, 63 individuals, 63 females within the program.
Mhm.
And then there were some that we would class as active and inactive. The ones that we would determine that are inactive are usually the persons that when we do have workshops, because again, we have encompassed emotional resuscitation and skill-based development training, leadership development trainings. So often when we send out the information that this is what we are having, we would love your continuous support in developing and nurturing our nation's girls. There is a number of them that would attend, and again, those that are inactive that would not attend.
Mm.
Those that are active within the program, I always salute their parents for their continued support and also for their dedication to allow us to help their child, and also for their dedication towards the development of their girl child.
Right,
So yeah, because without their support, we cannot reach these girls.
right.
And then there are, again, for those that are inactive, we would always try to find out whether by phone or sometimes the guidance counselors, I haven't seen this particular girl, I haven't seen this individual, I'm not getting these parents. There is always, she does not want to attend. She said she does not want, and I was like, okay,
Parents give their
child is the child is obviously running the household.
right,
There is
right, right.
only so much we can do in terms of getting the parents support and assisting these girls more or less. But again, I salute these parents that are always willing for us to help them help their child.
Yeah, it's empowerment at its best, because you're doing your part and the parent is doing their part, or the parents are doing their part, and collectively it could only be to the benefit of the child, the young lady. Talk to me. I want to talk about that aspect of the prison project that you've been involved with as well. Some work that I know you've been doing with the prison, or younger people who are incarcerated. Want to be able to touch that if you can. But before we go there, how old do most of the girls? How to what extent do you support the girls? Like once they leave high school, is it over, or do you somehow check in on them? Which leads us to the mentorship question. But let's talk first about how long you're in tandem with your girls, working with them, and let's get back to the first project.
Our dedication towards our girls are dependent on their dedication and their parents' dedication towards us assisting them. So there are girls that are now actually, because they have left school, they would then contact us and, how can I help? How can I volunteer? And trust me, I have been taken back by, whoa.
That's a big give back. That's a big give back.
Yes,
It's
yes,
awesome.
yes. I'm so appreciative of that, to see that they themselves want to make an impact on the community. And yes, there are some that by the time they leave high school, and even though we would send out their notices, and they would be like, I'm no longer in high school, I don't need this. And we respect that, even though we would indicate to them that we can further assist you. But once we do get those feedbacks. Again, we respect these individuals' decision and respect the decision of the family. But what I always tell them, the program is always open to you. As long as you are in an academic institution, it is open to you.
Right.
Once you leave that academic institution, Project Rise SKN is also open to you. You can choose to take advantage of the opportunities if you do feel so. But again, it is up to the individuals and their respective parents.
Right. Right. So mentorship. So it leads us to the question of mentorship. Like, I know you have volunteers. How are these young ladies mentored outside of Venetta, powering up and helping all these girls? Do you have mentors, volunteers as well?
We more or less call them life coaches. So we have currently, I think my memory serves me right, 4 individuals that we refer to as life coach. When there are situations that arises, or if we do observe a void or a curb within those in a particular girl's behavior, we would, of course, reach out to that particular child and see how we can best assist. So they would have one-on-one discussions with that particular life coach. However, if there is an instance where we see that it needs further intervention, then of course would then move further in terms of intervention. And that is where a aspect of our RISE and SKN prison program would more or less come into play,
Oh,
which is RISE 1840.
okay.
So RISE 1840 is a part of Project Dignity, so to speak. Certain
Mhm.
aspects of it are similar, whereas we would assist the female inmates by providing them with their feminine and hygiene products on a quarterly basis. But also the inmates, we would assist them with valuable skills and knowledge that could enable them to become sufficient, self-sufficient, and contribute positively to the society upon release. So with the girls in which we realize that, okay, their actions need more of an intervention, I would say this is where kudos to the Commissioner of Corrections come in. He
Mm,
has helped me significantly in terms of the intervention that is needed for these girls that need that added guidance. And it's
right.
not like what you would see on the television. His approach is more subtle, and it is an intervention that I say is geared towards reflection
Mhm.
and hearing the other side. What we have observed that these girls that need that added support also have someone within the prison, whether if it's a brother, cousin, or father, it's that child has someone in the prison. So what he has done, and again, I support his approach and I do love his approach, is more or less have a one-on-one discussion with that child first, get to know her, gets to find out, why are you doing the certain things that you are doing? Why are you engaging in certain behaviors? And also find out what are their aspirations? What makes you happy?
Right.
And find out at the same time if they have any connection or family member that is within the system, the criminal system, so to speak. And more or less, sorry to say it, but they usually do.
And
And what he would then do is have a guided conversation and well supervised conversation with that girl, that individual that she has within the prison system, and of course, other officers within the room. And it has worked because you for an inmate to see that they have a cousin or a sister that is within the school system, just 1 foot away from becoming a juvenile delinquent, it's hard.
Yeah.
You're in the prison and you're sitting, some feet away from, I would say, mistakes that you are trying to correct right there embodied in a family member. And often enough, it leads into tears of both of them. And I find that the inmates themselves, they're really supportive in terms of speaking with that girl, encouraging her to curb that behavior that she's engaged in.
Right.
And also having a reflective moment on, remember the good times, remember you always, this is what you love to do. What happened to what you love to do? What happened to your, this is what I want to do. Why are you taking this path? Don't follow what I'm doing. And again, I loved what he did with this program that I was trying to bring forth. And I must say that it is helping.
Yes. It is a tearjerker, I can imagine. Yeah. So trying to bring forth, meaning that there's progress in terms of seeing the work to fruition, seeing this, um, you know, it's going to be realized as a project part of the Zakers cause. That am I to be, is that something I can confirm that the project in the prison is part of what you do to benefit some of the girls who unfortunately are incarcerated for a period of time. Like, for how long is their incarceration? Or is it repeat offenders, or what's it? How are they ending up in prison at that age? What's happening?
Well, no. So the girls that we would take to interact with the commissioner are girls that are not actually incarcerated into the
Oh, okay,
prison.
okay,
Yes.
okay,
We actually the Rise 1840 program that we operate within the prison, or for those female inmates that are actually incarcerated
okay,
within the prison.
okay. Got you.
But we just try to more or less bridge a gap, and link both of them, because again, I wanted a program that we again can bridge or make some sort of linkage, as we are helping to curb
I
these
see.
safety situations. And because we have 1840, we're operating Rise 1840, I was like, okay, I think we can use certain aspect of this to assist with the girls that are within Project Dignity.
No,
And
yeah,
that's what we've done.
I see what you're saying. Essentially, the project Dignity and the Rise 1840 correlate because it gives these girls a chance to see what not to become, and how, how their lives can be impacted if they continue on a particular path, especially when they have close family members who
Yes.
are incarcerated. So
Yes.
I get it. This is huge work, Vanetta. So much so that in having this conversation, I'm thinking, boy, even if you could pack a barrel or a box of supplies, I mean, we take it for granted. A lot of times there are challenges in these processes. I'm sure you're aware of that on your end as a receiver, but even on the end of people who want to support, you know, the need is great, the cause is important, but a lot of times the system is still antiquated and very, very, um, there's a word to describe how slowly things move. A lot of times when they're shipping things home for causes like this.
I
Um,
understand.
but I'm saying it because I think it's really one of the great causes that others, nationals abroad could support. And I have not heard you make the big pitch. So go for it, make the pitch.
Yes, we certainly appreciate every sponsorship and all the adversary for this particular program, because I often stress to individuals that the youth of this federation are the ones that would one day be leading this federation. And these girls are never too young to be positively influenced. So from birth, teach them the morals, teach them the skills that they need. Allow our girls not to be consumed by what they see. Allow them not to be consumed by the outer shell that is, no, I have to be like this person. I want to be like that person. And most of the times, it is nothing positive. Why can't they look within themselves and develop themselves? We need to teach our girls that you have potential, you have capability. Develop those things. And the other female that is sitting next to you or ahead of you or even behind you, you are no better off or less than any of them. We are all one. We need to strive to be an example for each. You water me, I'll water you. I'll see you flourish, you will also flourish. We need that.
My dear, if more of our young people could hear what you just said, oh my goodness, powerful. I don't want to say much after something as powerful as that, but thank you. Thank you for being the epitome of strength and vision and dedication and passion. The passion that you have for serving, it couldn't be more apt than it is. Together, a people proud and strong. Independence 41, and we didn't even have that conversation about theme. But what you said ties in perfectly, Venetta, and I am proud to be able to share some of what you're doing, or a lot of what you're doing, and I trust that somewhere along the line, the support will just come. It will just come. But
Yes, and I do hope we do have that support for our month of activities
yes,
that is fast approaching in October, where we would celebrate not only our nation's girls, but girls internationally.
I agree. I agree. So thank you again, Venetta, for talking to us about some of the work that you have done, are doing, and some of the work that's coming up under the auspices or under the umbrella of Zakers Affinity Causes. Your work is of value, and always appreciate that your work is appreciated as well. So thank you for joining us on Platform and Possibilities, Venetta, and we'll be glad to share the dates of the event and look forward to having a conversation again, probably at the end of the year to hear how your year ended and what are the plans for 2020.
Work is always in progress.
Any parting words, as always? Anything else you want to add in terms of a um, upcoming events or any motivation for the girls? Anything else you want to add? You get the last word, my dear.
Yes, certainly. I am thoroughly encourage every single parent and also, well, more or less parents of a girl child to be a part of our month of activities that is fast approaching during the month of October, where we aim to raise awareness to the right to a safe, educated, and healthy life of our nation's adolescent girls, while also inspiring, empowering, and celebrating our girls. During the month of October, we have our Share the Dignity Convention, the third annual Share the Dignity Convention, in fact, that is slated for October the 5th at the Sir Cecil Jacobs Auditorium from 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And this is an afternoon of intervention and entertainment, and more or less geared towards nurturing our nation's girls, their personal passions, aspirations, and again, to always curb that juvenile delinquency pipeline. So allow us on this evening, on that particular evening, to foster hope, inspiration, and provoke conversation among the girls with issues that is relevant to them, that affects them. We have 4 engaging speakers and also entertainment that is provided throughout that evening. Our girls cannot flourish, or discover their true potential if they choose to reign in a prison that is designed for someone else. Let us celebrate these girls and allow them to join us to celebrate themselves, discover themselves, and more or less redefine themselves and not be a victim of their current circumstances, or the prison that they defined is their circumstances. We also have a week of Girl Talk. They are more or less short inspirational presentations that will be delivered at various primary schools, um, on topics such as self-doubt, which is the biggest crusher of dreams and confidence, self-love. How can you view the world and the world around you if you are not a reflection or an extension of how you see yourself? Celebrating and value diversity, where these girls have to learn to embrace the differences from not only themselves, but also be proud of who they are and respect and value others around them, regardless of color, physical disabilities, language, or religious affiliations. So that Girl Talk will be happening from the 7th of October to the 11th. And then we have our ICOG Career Expo on 11th of October. Again, Project Dignity has always been it for fostering and uplifting our youths. And we firmly believe that each of us play a role in nurturing the potential of our future leaders. So we are hosting our first Youth Career Expo, and we welcome attendees from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Sugar Apple Complex, where there would be, of course, interactive expo. Attendees can engage with business professional and industry experts. We also have our Touch of Class workshop on the 12th of October, and it's an etiquette workshop aimed to eliminate discourteous behaviors and also promote self-respect, consideration, and humility among our young females. So there would be 3 topics that would be covered: good manners, appropriate grooming and fashion, and of course, we do need that touch of class and elegance. So hence, dining room etiquette. And this, again, it's a free event open to females 11 to 18. And on October, from the 14th to the 18th, we have our Let's Talk Feminine Health. This particular week, feminine health discussion will more or less kickstart our yearly menstrual health and personal hygiene talks at selected primary schools, mostly among the grade 6 female students. The discussion is led by our registered nurse on the island and also our health coordinator, Nurse Laverne Millington. And wrapping things up, we have Aurora, which is a symbol of hope and renewal, that would be held on Saturday, the 19th October at the beautiful Romney Manor, home of Caribel Batik. And that event is going to be from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And it's a free wellness retreat for adolescent girls. Again, free wellness retreat. We all love the word free. Take advantage of this opportunity for us to provide a space where that child can self-respect, basically have self-reflection, skill development, and peer support. We all need that. We all hope for that. And this is an opportunity for these girls to be engaged in that. The participants will have a sound bath, a yoga session, a mindfulness discussion by the St. Kitts Nevis Mental Health Association, and also engage in a soca-size. Again, fun and creative ways to help the emotional resuscitation of our girls.
Right.
And then our last and final event for the month of October is our Emotional Intelligence Workshop that would be held on the 26th of October under the kind patronage of the Marriott St. Kitts Resort, and that is slated to begin at 9:30 a.m. This particular workshop offers guidance to our participants on how to better connect with their feelings, navigate challenging situations, and turn intention into action. So we're going to focus on 4 main competencies of emotional intelligence, and they are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. And again, this is a free workshop, free, open to females ages 11 to 18. But as all of these workshops, I must say, you have to be registered to attend. So parents, guardians, you can reach out to us by contacting us at 663-2891 or zacauses@gmail.com to register your girl child for any of these events that are free of cost.
Well done. Your advertisement segment was well received. Thank you again, Venetta, for the time. Thank you for the information. Thank you for your contribution to nation building. This is how we build together. This is how we build strong. Not just for now, but for years beyond. So kudos to you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your service. And I look forward to hearing great things about the upcoming sessions in October to celebrate International Month of the Girl.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Until next time, Venetta, take care.
You
Bye.
too.
Take care.